statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. That's what the lady said. Welcome to the show. And glad you're here. I'm glad to be here with you. And we'll start the week off together as we do week in and week out, and have done so for 10 or more years around here. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And if you're a football fan, that your team won. Of course, 50% didn't. So, well, it's the way it goes. And today, going to focus on something that we evolved to do that has shaped our evolutionary history and destiny, that continues to affect how we are going to evolve. It affects our status and status of health throughout your lifespan. And most people don't like to do it. And it confers health benefits like nobody's business. And people still don't like to do it. Can you guess what I'm talking about? That's right. Exercise. Moving. Yeah. It's a fascinating... When you start to read and learn about the relationship between exercise, or the relationship among exercise, evolution, and food, it becomes a very compelling narrative and story to tell. I'll try to tell some of it today in the effort to persuade people to move more and sit less. Now, you would think that if I took 15 minutes, one segment, and just sketched, and that's all you could do, sketch the health benefits of exercise, you say, well, that's all you really need to do to persuade people to do it. The truth be told, that's probably among the more weaker arguments to make. It doesn't move the persuasion needle very much. At least that's been my experience. If you have a doctor, cardiologist sitting in front of you, and last year you had major bypass surgery, and the cardiologist is saying to you, you need to now that you're healed and, you're somewhat back to normal. It would even happen a year sooner than within a year. And his cardiologist says, we need to get you on some cardiorespiratory aerobic program so that we can prevent this from happening again and you can live a longer life with quality of life. What you find is that even if a person did have a heart attack and surgery, open heart surgery, it's still hard to persuade them to do it. We don't like it. We evolved to do it. We didn't evolve to like it. That's too bad because it's gotten us into a lot of trouble. If you put a piece of cake or a carrot in front of a person, what are they going to reach for? They'll reach for the cake. If you give a person a choice between an escalator and a pair of stairs to climb, what are they going to select? The escalator. Most people will do it. Why? Because we evolved to make those choices. And I'll try to break this out a little bit more and explain it. My belief is that if you give people an understanding and an explanation as to why something is so damn difficult to do, but yet so good for you, you have a better chance, and that person has a better chance, or I should say that person has a better chance of considering doing the physical activity and then actually doing it. Hence, in other words, you have a better chance to persuade them. What perplexes people, most people know that they need that. Who doesn't know that? My God, a 5-year-old will tell you that. But it's a devil of a time to persuade people to do it, even when they know they should, and even if they have physical conditions that require them to be more physically active. Oh, and by the way, I'll report on a story today where some people do need to exercise more than other people because of a particular disease. And that makes it even harder for them. And this has been one of the compelling and overarching themes of Let's Talk Nutrition for a very long, long time, since the inception of the show. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. And if you can't move, at least stand. 877-897-8255, because sitting is the new smoking, they say. 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. Call it any time you want. We don't designate any particular time for people to call, because I believe that if you can take the time to listen, I can take the time to talk to you. So when I print things back there and I come in to find them back there, meaning we have an area where we do all our printing, some of the articles will be there and some disappear. I guess they find their way into the ether somehow. I don't know. But we'll find them. And speaking of sitting, there's a study that's trending today, has been for a few days, where it's out of the University of Iowa. And it talks about standing. They called the headline in the news release was stand up solutions. Stand desk users sit less, burn more calories. Yes. And if you're watching the show at letstalknutrition.com, because we stream, you'll see a woman there. They have an image where she's sitting at her desk, and then they also have an adaptation where she can stand up and look at her computer screen. According to a new University of Iowa study, then, employees, they reported, with sit-stand desks stood 60 minutes more a day at work compared with their coworkers with the traditional sitting desks. And they continue to do so long after this device, this sit-stand desk, lost its, uniqueness or novelty. And this is not a bad idea, because I've reported on studies where sitting really is devastating to your health. Just take a moment, stand up while you calculate, figure out how many hours a day you sit, figure out how many hours a day you stand. It won't be hours unless your job demands it. And how many hours a day you actually engage, or how many minutes, probably, won't be hours most likely, but how many minutes a day you engage in physical activity, moving. If you take the time to do that and sketch that day in and day out, you start to see that there's not much moving, lots of sitting, lots of sedentary existence. We're not biologically designed for that.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, the theme for today is keep moving, and for good reason. Turns out we evolved to move, and we have all of the physiology to do it, anatomically to do it, and our ancient ancestors had to do it, needed to do it, otherwise they weren't going to make it. And I'll try to talk about that a little bit more. I don't want to drift away from the story that I was reporting on about standing. And in this study coming out of the University of Iowa, they found that this is a good idea. These what they call sit-stand desks. There is such a contraption, if you want to call it that, such a concept. And it's very good, apparently. And recent studies have shown that sedentary jobs, and this is not shocking, have risen 83% since 1960. And they reported that account for about 43% of all jobs in our country. And the University of Iowa study that I'm referencing here today says that, quote, office workers sit more than 80% of the workday, placing them at increased risk for many sedentary-related pathologies. So the sit-stand desk is a sort of a unique contribution to this effort. And they found that employees with sit-stand desks burned up to 87 more calories per day compared to their sitting counterparts in the office. Now, that's a small, but nevertheless a significant amount that researchers say could be important in fighting the obesity epidemic in the United States. Well, I think it can be one small tactic among many tactics and then their accompanying strategies to fight the obesity epidemic. This is not going to solve the problem, that's for sure. And by the way, according to this new University of Iowa study, employees with sit-stand desks stood 60 minutes more a day at work compared to their coworkers with sitting desks, and they continue to do so after the idea of this desk lost its novelty. In addition, they said, the sit-stand desk users walked an additional 6 minutes a day at work. So what happens here, that they were probably more motivated to do that. What happens is that you feel like you're doing something good for your health, right? And you get into that mindset, and that sort of has sort of a motivational momentum to it. And then you start, you're standing a little bit more at work, and you say, well, maybe I can walk a little bit more. Well, maybe I don't need to eat that donut of that big box of Krispy Kremes that are sitting outside there that somebody brought in. Maybe I'll just walk past that today and not grab it with my left hand as I go by and inconspicuously eat it and think that somehow, what? I'll work this off. Maybe I won't do that today. So on and so on. So I'm a big fan of small wins. You hear me reference small wins. It's a small win. This is not a big, grand strategy. You're going to stand a little bit more. So that was trending today. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Now, it's very well and good that I come on the air and other people do the same kind of thing in their articles or on TV or wherever and say, everybody needs to move, keep moving, exercise is good. Well, you know what? It's harder for some people than others. That's true. because of illness or because of conditions in their life, their lifestyle. I'm realistic about that. Turns out that people with type 2 diabetes, those people, they need to exercise more than other people who don't suffer from type 2 diabetes. They can't catch a break here, right? This comes out of Lund University. And the cause of type 2 diabetes, of course, is genetic, and it's also lifestyle related. No question about that. It's both. So, by the way, if you have an immediate relative, such as your mother, your father, or a brother or sister or sibling that suffer from type 2 diabetes, your risk of contracting it is 3 times greater. So genetics does play a role here. And we have all sorts of preventive treatments involving eating healthier and exercising more and medication management and so on. And so these researchers at Lund University studied the effects of exercise in people with increased risk of type 2 diabetes caused by some immediately related to someone with the disease. And bottom line, what they found out was the people that had type 2 diabetes, in order to get the benefit of the exercise, unfortunately, they had to do more to get the benefit that other people were getting by doing less. That's the bottom line. So you don't get a break there. Come back. I reported on a study last week about exercise in a bottle. There was a sort of a follow-up with that, and the headline was, "Can exercise be replaced with a pill?" Well, we'll see.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Now Foods, our products work. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Talking about today, the theme. So I thought we'd start the week off by coming out of the blocks. No pun intended. Moving. You got to keep moving. And I pointed out that we evolved. Exercise is what we evolved to do. And people such as Daniel Lieberman, for example, have talked about this. Dr. Lieberman, I've referenced him on my show a number of times, and I have a lot of regard for him. He's a wonderful scholar, researcher. And as it turns out, too, our ancient ancestors, there's this unique connection among exercise, evolution, and food. Our ancient ancestors, those hunter-gatherers that everybody keeps referring to, had to walk, trek, maybe at least 5 miles every day. And they had to run. They had to climb. They had to dig. There was a lot of physical activity in their day-to-day life. And if they didn't do those things, they were going to perish. And all of that was done not because they were just looking for better scenery. It's because they were looking for food. Dr. Lieberman takes and I agree with him, and I've said it. Even before I started reading him, I would say this, that not exercising is pathological. That a sedentary life is a pathological disorder. And he says the same thing. So I'm in good company. I'll go in his company any day of the week. Mike hot? Yep. It's hot. It's hot.
Was that book
Salt, Sugar, Fat? No. That was Michael Moss.
Yeah, The Story of the Human Body.
Yep.
Is that what you're looking for?
That's the book. The Story of the Human Body. I've referenced it. Thank you, Josh. I've referenced that. I asked Josh to give me the exact title. Thank you. That book is well worth your read, The Story of the Human Body. It is a wonderful discussion of evolution, biology, and why we evolved the way we have and why we evolved to do the things we do. I love that book. It's one of my favorites. And so Dr. Lieberman, it turns out I found an interview with him. And I'm going to try to pronounce the person's name to give attribution to the writer and interviewer, Anil Anastaswamy. And I'm going to say it once, because if I try that again, something bad might come out of my mouth and I get it wrong. Anastaswamy. That's pretty. Wamy. That's the name. Last name.
You got it. I've on other shows we've interviewed them, and that's how they've.
Is that how they say it? Okay. Yeah. So Anil interviewed Dr. Lieberman, and Anil asked Dr. Lieberman why he started studying evolution of running and exercise. He has focused on that. And he said he got interested in this because he and his colleagues at Harvard were watching people running, and they noticed that people keep their heads still. That at least they should when they run. Other animals, not so much. And so they were looking at pigs, and they were watching pigs run, and they said it made them so uncomfortable because their heads bobbing all over the place. They don't have the anatomy to keep their heads still. So where am I going to go with this? You'll see. And Dr. Lieberman points out in the interview that animals that are good at running, such as humans, are very good at keeping the head still because it's important to keep the gaze stabilized. And so he and his colleagues started thinking about humans and chimps. And then they came up with some hypotheses about how we evolved head stabilization so that we could run. And he said, if you watch someone with a ponytail running, the ponytail bobs up and down. He said that's because of the pitching forces acting on the head. The head itself stays very stable, but the ponytail is going to be bobbing all over the place. And you have what are called semicircular canals in where your ears are inside in the human head, and they have become greatly enlarged relative to apes, for instance. That gives humans a greater ability to perceive and react to what they call rapid accelerations of the head. This is an adaptation. We selected, and that through evolution, to have this adaptation. Walking doesn't create this kind of such accelerations. And Dr. Lieberman points out in the interview, we evolved from very non-active creatures. A typical chimp, for example, will walk 2 to 3 kilometers a day, run about 100 meters, and climb a tree or two, maybe. The average hunter-gatherer walked 9 to 15 kilometers per day and was far more active. And we have, from our heads down to our toes, we have the anatomy to make us good runners. And the key advantage for humans was persistent hunting, whereby they had to run very long distance to chase animals in the heat and run them into heat stroke. Animals can't run for a very long, they have to pant. It's hard to run and pant at the same time. So hunter-gatherers would literally run down the prey and then kill it, or if it didn't suffer from a heat stroke and die itself. So we have this endurance to do that. And we engaged in a lot of aerobic activity. We walked on average 9 to 15 kilometers per day, they estimate. When's the last time you walked 9 to 15 kilometers? Oh, don't remember. So we evolved to do this. And it's our biology, it shaped our biology. But we didn't evolve to like it. Dr. Lieberman points that out too, I think, along the way. In fact, we don't like it very much. Apparently, because you almost have to put people at gunpoint to get them to run, or to walk, or to move. So just so you understand what you're working at, why, for some reason, look, it was very stressful. And so those moments of relaxation, rest periods that our ancient ancestors had were very precious. And that's worked into our evolution as well. We like that a lot. We also liked sugar a lot. It wasn't very prevalent, but we evolved to like it a lot. That's why when you give somebody a choice between a cake and a carrot, they'll choose the cake. You give them the choice between the escalator and the stairs, they'll take the escalator. Those other habits that we tend to overdevelop are part of evolution too.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind: develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Whole Mega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Whole Mega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. One serving of Whole Mega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Whole Mega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the New Chapter difference, wildly pure Whole Mega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose, corn syrup, or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has berry garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin, omega-3 and probiotics for kids, body boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, prenatal plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and body boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
In ancient times, I'm talking about ancient, hunter-gatherer period, if you will, food and physical activity went hand in hand. You needed to keep moving in order to survive. And that was not only true for our species, but for most animal species. and our ancestral progenitors that lived in the, if you want to say it this way, wild, this connection between food and exercise was inextricable. This argument or this story is told in an article I found called The Connection Between Food and Exercise, Historical Issues and Future Perspectives, to give attribution to the source. And they do a nice job, the writers do, in laying this out, and they apply it to sports nutrition. And they say in the piece that during evolution, biological existence of the human species was, and this is not a great insight, but it's true, was contingent on or dependent by food supply, which in turn was dependent on physical activity. You didn't move, you didn't eat. You didn't eat, you died. This is at the most basic, fundamental level, biological level that you can get. And we tend to romanticize, by the way, this hunter-gatherer period, Paleolithic period, and this and that, and periods before and after. There wasn't anything romantic about it. That was a difficult way and time to live. Make no mistake. People say hunter-gatherers as if they were hunting and, game was plenty and they were getting, they were good at getting the game, and they probably did get good at it, but the game wasn't all that plentiful. And there were periods of feast and there were periods of famine, which ended up shaping how we selected certain biological genetic features. And they point out in the piece, and I'll quote them, they said the ancient hunter-gatherer interchanged periods of feast during food abundance with famine under drought conditions or inability to hunt due to physical activity or illness, resulting, they said, in cycles of physical activity and rest. Remember I pointed out a little bit ago how rest becomes important? Well, when taken to its extreme, you can turn that into a sedentary lifestyle. So what happens during these periods of famine, energy gets stored as glucose and glycogen. And we evolved to do that because they couldn't be on the move constantly. They wouldn't have enough energy to do it. There wouldn't be enough food supply to do it. And nature being what it is, we evolved and selected for being able to store the glucose as glycogen in the muscles and in the liver. During periods of famine, then the body would draw on the glycogen and draw on the fat that would be accumulated. Probably wouldn't be that much fat. I don't think there was an issue of obesity for our ancient ancestors. Now, this is called the thrifty genotype, in which during periods of famine, to ensure survival and to maintain homeostasis through physical activity cycle, certain genes evolved, the writers say in this article, to efficiently regulate an oscillating enzymatic control of fuel storage and using feast, famine, and physical activity rest cycling. That's sort of the hit, close quote. That's sort of a thumbnail sketch of the history and the genesis of why we behave the way we do today and have this capability to store a lot of energy. It was a survival mechanism. We lived during a time of stress, scarcity, and a lot of physical activity. We now live during a time of lots of stress, abundance, and not a lot of physical activity. That's a prescription for ill health. But in order to move, you need the food. You got to get to the food. And if you read Daniel Lieberman's book, The Human Body, it is fabulous. And he talks about how as we evolved and moved from walking on all fours to becoming upright and erect, why we did that, and it provided an advantage. You could start to see the game and throw your spear or shoot your arrow, whatever. So when you give people, this is my belief, when you start to give people this kind of understanding, it's more appealing, and the idea of exercising and moving is more appealing because you're explaining why it's so hard and from whence it came and why we evolved the way we have and why we are the way we are at the moment. And what I have found in my experience when working with people, when they have an understanding of this, it seems to motivate them more. I can't explain it. I'm just reporting my own consulting experience with people. Rather than just saying to someone, Bob, you better move because if you don't move, you're going to have a heart attack. Or you're going to suffer from X, Y, or Z. Or your brain isn't going to work as well. Or you're going to become, if you go down that list, that's not very motivating. But if you tell people on the front end, hey, let me tell you something. You hired me to help you. I'm going to tell you this is not going to be easy. If you tell them that on the front end and then tell them why, tell them this story, you know what? They accept it. They say, oh, okay. This is why I'm preferring the donut, the cake over the carrot, the escalator over the stairs. I get it. Sure, willpower and personal responsibility, all those concepts are very valid. But to say that 68% of the population's overweight or obese because all those people, 200 million plus people, are just a bunch of weak-willed individuals. Baloney. That's not true. It's not about willpower for the most part. There's a lot of biology here. There's a lot of evolutionary history going on here. And we create an environment in which we appeal to the least common denominator, the worst parts of our human nature. We live in a convenience society with all kind of convenience foods. It has not served us well. Come back, we'll talk with Bruce Topping on, well, what foods would support physical activity. We'll be back.
statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
Well, keep moving. That's the theme for today. We're talking about exercise, physical activity. And I've spent the first part of the show, I alluded to maybe some of the health benefits of exercise and physical activity. I didn't get much into that. I've done that on many other shows. And I can go on till I'm blue in the face about that, and it doesn't move the persuasion needle very much. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Well, I keep quoting Bertrand Russell. I'd rather be mad with the truth than sane with lies, close quote. That's just me. No matter how much cognitive dissonance the truth may bring, it is what it is. I wish I could say, gee, I am so successful in persuading people to move and exercise more because I tell them all the health benefits, and I have great success at that. Really? I would be a big fat liar. And there isn't anybody else either out there doing that, having much success, I can tell you. It's not a good argument. People say, oh, really? It'll improve my brain function, my cardiovascular system will get better, I'll go to the bathroom better, I'll sleep better, I'll have better sex, blah, 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 blah. Really? Fine, thank you. See you later. And what do? They go home, sit down, watch TV. That's what we do. We evolved to do it. We evolved to exercise, we just don't like it. We evolved to like sugar, and we like it. And we live in a world of convenience. I said that going into the messages a moment ago. We got elevators. We got escalators. We got cars. We got shopping carts. We got golf carts. Now, golfing. They're driving around the course. We got, the caddy to carry the bag. We have more labor-saving innovations. We've created a lot of convenience. On the one hand, that's been useful. On the other hand, it's been unhealthy because we did not evolve to sit many hours a day and not to move. It's pathological. Dr. Lieberman, Daniel Lieberman, says the same thing. I agree with him. It's pathological. A sedentary life has a pathological quality to it, meaning it'll cause disease. It does. Now, me saying that, you would think, gosh, that would just scare the bejesus out of people, and they're going to start moving en masse throughout Tampa Bay and all the other, from coast to coast the show airs. There's going to be a mass movement of people. No, there won't. No, there won't. But I got to say it because it will influence some. And maybe, just maybe, someone down the road will think, I remember that show, and I remember that guy was all amplified about this. Don't even remember my name, but they say, I remember that guy saying, you got to keep moving. Maybe I'll keep doing that. Maybe I should do that. I don't even care if they remember my name. But to keep moving, you need, I keep saying, to become physically fit and to keep moving to become physically fit, you have to be nutritionally fit. Those go hand in hand. Believe you me, our hunter-gatherer ancestors wouldn't have been able to walk 9 to 15 kilometers or kilometers a day just based on air. They needed energy. They were looking for energy. so that they could keep walking and moving and finding food through long periods of famine, long periods of feast, and then famine, food, no food, food, no food, moving, resting. I get a kick out of how the hunter-gatherers are so romanticized. Why, hell, I wouldn't want that existence, and neither would you.
Plus, the entertainment would be no good because you'd just be watching a guy draw pictures on a wall.
The entertainment.
That's pretty boring.
Yeah. What are we doing tonight? Oh, we're gonna watch
Grandpa draw a picture on the wall.
Right. That millions of people will find thousands of years from now. Right. There was no entertainment, buddy.
And then when we do find it, we're like, what were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
We go right back to our cell phone.
So that's what we're dealing with. This is hard stuff. It would be so nice to come on and say, we got to keep moving. Right. I know how hard this is. You think I don't have a hard time doing it? I'm in that gym every day. You think there's some days I'm dragging myself out the door by the back of my collar out into my vehicle to get to the gym. That's why it's got to become a habit. My guest is Bruce Topping. He understands these things I'm talking about. Yeah, convenience. We live in a convenience society. Everything's about convenience, right, Bruce?
Yeah, as I was listening to your intro there, I decided I'd do this show from a standing position.
That a boy. Funny. Well, funny you should say that because I just reported on sit-stand desks. Yeah. And this new study out of University of Iowa saying that people who were in the experiment who stood had, they burned more calories. It wasn't very much more, but it prompted them to even maybe walk a little bit more. It just turned out to be a better thing for them to do. Have you ever seen one of those desks where you can sit and stand at it?
It's every single desk at the Garden of Life home office.
No kidding.
Single one.
Do they have treadmill desks there too?
None of them are treadmill yet. I was asking if any of the employees had that, but our whole entire corporate office has like a workout room. It's beautiful. Like there's a shower facility. I mean, our new corporate headquarters did it right. Like they looked into that. We know that sitting down all day is basically the new smoking.
I said, thank you. I said that also.
Yeah, I know. I know you've reported on this on your show, so it's familiar territory.
By the way, I attended some conference yesterday, and I saw some person from Garden of Life, and I asked her if she knew you. And she said, oh, yeah. I hang on his every word.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, they spoke very highly of you. And I said, why, of course.
Yeah. Well, boy, Dr. Garko, love your show, love your topic. I mean, you're so right. Like evolutionary history, I mean, we had rigorous activity built into your life. You didn't have a choice. You might have to run down the antelope or chase the woolly mammoth or defend yourself to the death. And it wasn't like, hanging around looking at Facebook, reading the Instagram, checking your spreadsheets, reading your Outlook emails, checking up PubMed. Yeah, my whole life is so different from my ancestors, and I think about that, like what that's doing to all my organs and glands to be like sitting on an airplane every week, breathing recirculated air and eating, bagged foods or, it's just so different. And the exercise thing is huge.
Well, look, people are shocked when I say this. They think he's undermining his own effort. When I say to them, to list all the health benefits of exercise is one of the weakest arguments to make to get people to exercise. That's been my experience, and the research sort of supports me on this.
Yeah.
Then the question becomes, Bruce, well, what does motivate people? You say, well, illness and sickness will do it. No, that won't do it either. For some, but not for most. So then you say, well, what does it? You know what I believe? I believe that if you educate people, you start to tell them about evolution, you start to tell them about the history of exercise and what it meant and why we find it so difficult to do now. If you start to map that out a little bit and create, in other words, inform people about the context in which they're living right now at the moment, and it's not about them not having willpower, it's about the world in which we live and the way it's constructed and the built environment. That's what I believe. Am I naive about that? What do you think? You can disagree with me.
No, I completely agree. I think that it's about making it accessible, too. You know, a lot of people, I'm not a gym guy. I've tried that over and over, and I just can't grab myself by the collar and haul myself to the car the way you seem to be able to do. I'm a kettlebell and burpees guy. Just get it done in the house, about 40 minutes. You know, I about throw up every time. So I go until I can't breathe anymore. That's pretty much, you know.
Making it accessible. Yeah, and everybody's different. Everybody, you know, responds to different kinds of environments. Good point. We come back, Bruce will share with us his ideas about food to support your exercise activity.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
One thing I'm pretty certain of, if your nutritional status is poor, not even close to optimal, or it's just mediocre, and you're energy deficient, and your diet, because your diet is not so good, you're making it a lot harder to get motivated to exercise. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. And I do believe fundamentally you have to be nutritionally fit. In other words, your nutritional status has to be as close to optimal. I don't know if we can get at least better than average to provide you the enthusiasm and then the means by which to do the physical activity or the exercise, whatever we're talking about. My guest is Bruce Topping, educator for Garden of Life. And I asked Bruce to think about what kind of diet, what food would support, what supplements, what food might support a exercise regimen or people on a day-to-day basis to keep moving. So where would you begin with that from your point of view?
Yeah, well, I coach a soccer team, a bunch of 10-year-olds, and it's interesting. Every game morning, I have several of my team show up who obviously ate like sugar and probably chips and a sports drink for breakfast, or like one of those candy bars that's dressed up as a granola bar nowadays. And I can really tell a difference between the kids who eat something with protein. A lot of people have, their organs and glands are starving for protein. It's just amazing to me what I see children eating for lunch and for school. And you're right, a lot of people, I think, it's breakfast is what I'm noticing a lot. I think that's one of the key changes a lot of people can make is to get assimilable protein into their body. And what I mean by assimilable, well, that would also depend on your own digestive system. I think a lot of people, even if they start their morning with high-quality protein, they may not have the digestive machinery that's capable of digesting and sort of hydrolyzing all the amino acids into their blood.
Why did you select protein right out of the chute? Why protein?
Yeah, well, protein is the building block for all enzymes and their receptors and the actual muscle cells. It's the backbone for every cell. It's used for, shuttling fatty acids for energy. Protein has a big role to play, and I think a lot of people are just really kind of protein deficient, even if they're eating a lot of protein. I mean, we can actually be stuffing our body with tons of high-quality protein from meat and eggs and fish and beans and, all these sources. And yet, our organs and glands may not be receiving them. So sometimes it's about the quality of the protein, whether it's doused in trans fats and corn syrup and preservatives and sugar, or if it's, something that you have optimal enzymes and digestive acids, we got to have enough hydrochloride. I know a lot of people out there that really have a beat-up digestive machinery, so that's I think a really common condition. A lot of people have low, I'll tell you very honestly, though, Dr. Garko, when people used to come into my store or to my office to be when I was a health coach, whenever they would say, I have low energy, I have no impulse to exercise, I just don't feel like exercising, it was always like, we got to peel back the onion, because it can be blood sugar, it can be thyroid, it can be iron status, it can be blood sugar, that's swinging up and down, it can be adrenal exhaustion. So it can be, a very non-specific symptom. So I would kind of have to take a health history with people and find out, other symptoms. Are they bruising a lot? Are they, waking up tired? Are they eating garbage for breakfast with no protein? It's really like peeling back the onion and trying to find out just what's broken in there. What is holding back their energy production? It can be a little bit of a riddle.
It is a bit of a riddle, and it's you're right. It could be anything from adrenal fatigue to thyroid issues to hormone imbalance to an unhealthy lifestyle, not enough sleep and rest. I mean, we could go down the list. There are any number of risk factors that, I'll use your word, that don't give people the impulse to want to move and or even a pulse to move. So I understand that. And let me ask you this. And I know you. Well, I'll get you. And I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to mention some of the protein products from Garden of Life. But what about the carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is. I mean, there are only 3 macronutrients. You know this: protein, carbohydrate, and fat. The carbohydrate would be the most accessible energy source for glucose to get stored as glycogen. Wouldn't it be prudent also to carbohydrate and protein are mutually exclusive nutrients, right?
That's right. I mean, you're right. I think that getting carbs in the morning is also key, but I honestly don't see that as the big issue.
Really?
Well, a lot of people are eating, they're eating tons of carbs. You know, I think that refined sugars and refined grains now make up, a huge swath of almost everybody's diet, unless they're, sort of like you or me, somebody who's really on top of this stuff and is really watching their refined carbs. I think that, I'm just thinking about my soccer team. The kids show up in the morning, and I don't think they're starving for carbohydrates.
I see.
They're starving for quality protein and minerals.
What about fat for them?
Yeah, and then the fats, too. The fats that they're eating are often, soybean oil makes up probably like 80% of their fats. And that does play into a lot of those inflammatory signals.
Do you have, as a coach, I'm sure you know these youngsters pretty well and their families. Yeah. Do you know which families where the mom and the dad are nutritionally on top of things and they're feeding the kids? Do you know who those families are?
Yeah, and I hate to say it, it has a lot to do with income.
It has really sometimes everything to do with income.
Yeah, they're working 2 jobs. They're not at home cooking. They're not teaching their children to cook. I hate to say that, but sometimes it's about the accessibility.
Well, I'm going to be curious. When we come back, I would like to hear what you say to these kids and how you get them to eat the right things and what you're telling them to eat and what protein products from Garden of Life you could recommend. We'll be back with Bruce.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medici Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medici Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medici Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Now Foods, our products work. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, there's more than a few experts that have made the argument, not enough physical activity, you end up with poor health. Well, there's a flip side to this coin. A lot of physical activity, maybe even excessive or excess physical activity with improper nutrition, can be unhealthy too. And you can do a lot of damage to the body and create a lot of ill health. Welcome back to the show. My guest is Bruce Topping, educator for Garden of Life. That's another way to think about it. I see people in that gym. I'm in there 5 days a week, and I see them come in. They are not nutritionally prepared for the stress and the strain that they're going to engage in day in and day out. And you can see it. They don't make much progress, and they're in there all the time. But they don't. You can just tell. I see them over a period of time, and I have enough time to say something's wrong. They should be really doing better, and they're not. And it might be attributed to the nutrition. So we got to be careful about lots of exercise with improper nutrition. So you out of the box said protein will support short and long-term exercise regimens. What at Garden of Life do you have in protein supplements?
Yeah, so my favorite is our raw meal. It's a meal replacer, and at its core, it's made out of sprouted protein. So it's getting people off of milk, it's getting them off of soy, it's getting them off of all the conventional proteins to which they're often kind of allergic to or sensitive to or no longer digest as efficiently or as well. I believe it's about getting quality, amino acids, but also quality vegetables, quality seaweeds, algae, probiotics, fibers, something that your body will digest and get a lot of energy from and drive a lot of those metabolic functions. So it's, I love raw meal before a workout. I actually do it right after sometimes. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But it's a secret weapon for my kids, too. I gave out packets of raw meal.
To your soccer team?
My soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
These are 10-year-olds. And a lot of them are really into the soccer. I mean, it's a lot of them, their life. They practice at home. They come, and we have a game every week. They're really into it. They've been on my team for years. And the kids who start their morning with raw meal, or we make another one called raw protein. I have one kid who loves the chocolate raw protein best. And these kids just mix it up, sometimes right there on the field. I bring the shaker cups. And it's amazing. I mean, just watching the kids who are starting their day with really high-quality fuel, it's like they run faster, they have more stamina. It seems like they're more aware of what's happening on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Their kind of mental aspect of the game is improved. I mean, just like you said, it's all those things that exercise improves virtually every aspect of health. And, back to your question of how we can get people, I've thought about this, how we can get people to work out, how they can change their life. I've been thinking about this for years, and it's sort of the difference between motivation and determination. And I think a lot of people are motivated, but they're not determined. And I think a lot of people, you're right, it requires some serious illness. Or, I remember for myself, I got in much better shape when I was single like 10 years ago. For some people it's motivated by the drive to meet people and look attractive. What makes us determined is a slippery thing that's a little different for different people. But I've spent so many years thinking, what is it that makes people finally determined rather than just simply feeling motivated? It's a big question.
Mm-hmm. You said sprouted. Now, there are a lot of people that listen to this show. We always have new listeners. When you said sprouted, maybe lots of people listening understand what that means. First of all, explain the concept of sprouted and why does sprouting protein result in a better end product? What is when you sprout something, what are you doing here?
You're basically germinating it. You're releasing the energy that's stored up in the seed into the first moments of that plant's life where it can't photosynthesize, right? It doesn't have any greens to make its own energy. It has to basically rely on the stored up energy. So sprouting is a process that breaks down a lot of the inhibitors of enzymes. so it makes it more digestible. Remember that beans and seeds don't necessarily just want to be, digested. They actually have some resistant compounds that make it harder for them to digest. And when you sprout them, you break down those phytates and lectins and a whole bunch of those tough compounds that are found in beans or seeds.
And really what does it take to sprout the protein? Or when people sprout just food at home, what do you have to do?
Yeah, you can actually the simplest way is to take like mung beans or adzuki beans, and you can even just do it on a plate and just like soak them and let them get wet once or twice a day. And you'll see little tails start to sprout. They'll start to shoot out a little tail from the bean. And, you can let it get long, and how long you sprout it is a matter of preference. But it will make the beans a lot more digestible.
Do you eat those sprouting elements?
Yeah, they're really good for you. Tons of minerals and some fibers, some prebiotics, some little bit of protein. So it really is something that ancient humans knew how to do. Like, it doesn't matter what part of the world you were from. If you were from northern Africa, they sprouted and fermented millet. If you were from the Pacific Islands, they used soy. So sprouting and fermenting are really old. This is something humans figured out thousands of years ago over many generations.
Yeah,
it's now been lost.
In cultures independent and disconnected from one another. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. People, it's just human wisdom. And of course, within 5 generations ago, we threw this away in the name of speed and profit. Your modern, beans and seeds and grains aren't soaked or sprouted because it just doesn't make the grocery manufacturers as much money. But
Sure.
It's more digestible.
So raw meal is one product from Country Life.
Garden of Life.
Garden of Life. I get my lives mixed up.
I know. So many.
So many from Garden of Life, and raw protein is another. In terms of carbohydrate, isn't there carbohydrate in that raw meal?
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty loaded with carbs, and it's it's going to vary depending on which one. The chocolate's going to have a little more carbs than the vanilla,
right?
But not a lot, and they're all really satisfying. The whole idea with raw meal was to beat back hunger, make you feel satisfied, which is not easy to do from a powder. Most powders are just like protein powder alone. Does not have the satiety. It doesn't make you feel as satisfied as raw meal.
Do you think omega-3 fatty acids would support exercise?
For the right person, yes. But omega-3 fatty acids to me aren't the first place I would go. I think that they're a great supporting role, and I'm a big fan of taking omega-3s like fish oils and eating grass-fed beef and pastured eggs. You can get a lot of good omega-3s just from food.
What about enzymes? Do you think enzymes would support physical activity?
So I'm a huge fan of Wobenzyme. Wobenzyme is our product from Germany, and it's studied a lot for exercise recovery. A lot of endurance athletes use it. Wobenzyme is a weird name, Wobenzyme, but it's taken on an empty stomach, and they basically activate the trash trucks in your bloodstream. And these junk hauler trash truck proteins clean up the blood, and they can really help with, improving circulation and blood flow and delivering oxygen to all the
Wouldn't they help with repair that would be caused by when the body breaks down because of physical activity and exercise? Wouldn't they help with repair and inflammation?
Cuts repair time in half.
All right. These are interesting strategies. We'll be back. We'll have the LTN Health question of the day. Right answer, $25 gift card. We'll be back.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Hi, I'm Kate. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the irony of eating healthy foods, like broccoli or beans, is that even though they're healthy for us, they can still cause occasional digestive upsets. That's why I take a Digest Smart high-potency enzyme with every meal. Digest Smart is from Renew Life, the digestive care experts. It's the first digestive enzyme certified by Izyme, the International Enzyme Testing Program. Each capsule provides a full spectrum of 25 powerful plant-based raw enzymes to break down each major food group, including carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. Digest Smart enzymes also feature targeted delivery capsules to reach your intestines, where 90% of digestion occurs. Digest Smart promotes more complete breakdown of the foods you eat and optimizes nutrient availability. Plus, it helps ease digestive upsets and supports your overall digestive health. Now that's really smart. Digest Smart is from the makers of Ultimate Flora Probiotics, and both are available in health food stores everywhere.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Our Neanderthal or Homo erectus ancestors or early modern humans, they had to exercise. They had to engage in physical activity. They had to keep moving to find food. Otherwise, they were going to die. It was a necessity. And it turns out that when you read Daniel Lieberman and his book, The Human Body, and some interviews that he's done, articles he's written, and so on, you learn from him that our ancient ancestors had to travel long distances, right? And there wasn't any selection pressure to make people like exercise. They had to do it, but they didn't. There wasn't any selection pressure to like it because they were forced to do it. In fact, he points out that there was probably selection pressure to help people avoid needless exercise because they needed to rest. So here's the question. On average, how many kilometers a day do they estimate that our ancient ancestors, hunter-gatherers, for example, had to walk on a daily basis? 3 to 9 kilometers, 9 to 15 kilometers, or 15 to 21 kilometers. 1 kilometer is roughly equal to like 0.62 miles. So it's a little better than a half a mile. 1 kilometer is a little better than a half a mile. So did our ancient ancestors walk 3 to 9 kilometers daily, 9 to 15 kilometers, or 15 to 21 kilometers? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. So pick up where we left off, Bruce.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that, just using a few targeted supplements to help your recovery and also to kind of speed up repair and overall function of your body. I mean, lowering, excess inflammation, helping to balance hormones. I mean, Wobenzyme is actually one of my favorite products. So Wobenzyme is a product that's in tablets. It is not vegan or vegetarian. It does include both animal enzymes and plant enzymes. But you take it on an empty stomach, and it basically cleans up your bloodstream, and a lot of athletes use it, especially runners, sprinters, bicyclists. I mean, it's sold in like 15 different countries. So I love to combine Wobenzyme with raw meal. Try raw meal in the morning before you're going to work out. You may find that it's easier to digest, leaves you feeling lighter and really satisfied for a long period of time, especially for any powder product, which is tough to do. And then Wobenzyme can be taken at night. That's how I tend to do it. They're really small tablets, so 6 to 12. That sounds like a lot, but it's really not that
They're
much.
real small.
They're tiny. And
so it'll moderate the inflammation, won't it?
That's right. Yeah, it cleans up your blood and really helps a lot of that inflammatory immune signals. So it can really be powerful, even overnight. Sometimes in one day we have people writing in saying, "What is this stuff?" It's one of our most successful and popular products.
It's a great product. I'll give you a hint to a clue to today's answer. 15 kilometers is that's roughly equal to about 9.32 miles, about 9.3 miles. Okay, and the question is, how many kilometers on average the hunter-gatherers, they estimate, had to walk every day to survive? 3 to 9 kilometers, 9 to 15 kilometers, or 15 to 21 kilometers? 21 kilometers is about 13 miles. So I'm going to narrow it down to two choices. Was it 3 to 9 kilometers or 9 to 15 kilometers? And again, 15 kilometers is roughly 9 miles. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. A lot of people wouldn't consider taking these systemic proteolytic enzymes as part of an exercise regimen supplement protocol or nutrition protocol, but it turns out to be a very keen kind of strategy. You could take some before your workout and take some after your workout to help with repair and minimize inflammation caused by exercising, strenuous exercise and physical activity, right? That would be a good strategy.
Oh, absolutely. I often just take it once in the middle of the night, like right before bed. But it's something that for stiffness and pain is really noticeable.
Mm-hmm. It's a very unique and keen strategy. I don't know how many athletes know about it, but professional athletes should be and I'm sure their nutrition coaches know about it, and the good nutrition coaches would tell them, would help them manage their inflammation. They're going to suffer a lot of inflammation due to what they're, whatever the sport may be, and injuries and whatnot. So the protein would be the raw meal would be a good product from Garden of Life. The raw protein from Garden of Life. Their Wobenzyme product from Garden of Life. I would throw in fish oil probably in there, Bruce. Probably a good multi might help. You have a good multi from Garden of Life?
Yeah, it's called My Kind. It's the only one on the market that's organic and non-GMO verified.
Mm-hmm. What's it called? What's it called?
It's called My Kind.
My Kind.
Yeah. So My Kind is a line of vitamins that is actually made from organic food. Most vitamins aren't. Even if they have a beautiful picture of orchards and leaves on the front, they're usually made from bacteria and yeast in the lab.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to Jerome in Tampa. Jerome, I know that you selected 15 to 21. I dropped that out. That wasn't a right answer, so forget about that answer. I'm going to give you two other choices. Is it 3 to 9 kilometers or 9 to 15 kilometers? And you had the right idea. You were going for the high number. So what would you think?
9 to 15.
There you go. Congratulations, Jerome. You won a $25 supplement gift card.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, and thank you for calling, and thank you for participating. Garden of Life, the website would be gardenoflife.com, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
There you go. And so is Let's Talk Nutrition. Find us both there. Bruce, always a pleasure to have you on. People at Garden of Life speak very highly of you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I thought you would like to know.
Some job security here.
Listen, they're lucky to have you. You're a good guy. You're smart. You're devoted, and you do a great job. You help a lot of people. He's an educator. Are you traveling this week?
No, I'm actually at home catching up on some family time and
good.
Research.
Very nice. Very nice. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you around, okay?
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Garden of Life, their raw meal and their raw protein, their Wobenzyme product, their multis, their fish oil products, good company, great company. Take their products because your health is your wealth.